You are watching another new series on Tactical Enlightenment called Illuminated Chaos, in which we sample and explore some of the amazing mods that are out there for Bannerlord. Hopefully these chaotic battles inspire in you a desire to see Bannerlord in a different light and continue the fight in your own world. Alright friends, welcome back again to another episode of Tactical Enlightenment. This YouTube channel is dedicated to Bannerlord, showing you huge battles and giving you the field tactics and advice you need to win your huge battles in your own game. And we are experimenting with another mod here. As you can see, we have an unusual situation. I admit this is just a side branch of my campaign. This is not technically going to count. I'm just going to reload my game after experimenting here. But what I did is I came in and I took Calradia Castle right in the heart of enemy territory. There's like 5 or 6 kingdoms that have castles around here, and I fought a few small battles and then effectively lured all of these enemy units nearby me because I want to experiment with this new mod. This new mod called the reinforcement system. What it does is something great. As you'll see here, we're engaged with, this is probably 2,000 plus, okay, almost 3,000, but you see these other armies are not engaged. However, they are close enough. And just like when you see other armies fighting, right, and their numbers are going down and they're actively battling, the reinforcement system, what it does is these armies do some calculations, right? It tries to figure out whether or not their addition to the fight will help their side win or not. And then they either enter the battle or they don't. And you actually get a little message. I've experimented a little bit here. I'm very new to this mod. But this is sort of my way of experimenting here. The maps are really interesting in this part of the campaign, or this part of the map rather. Near Epicrotia, there's all these bridges. Although we're in a bad spot here, we don't have a bridge to defend. Anyways, I want to see what this reinforcement system is like in battle and kind of show you the total chaos that can be rendered out of these battles. Isn't there a bridge back here? Yeah, here we go. Okay, so we're going to be able to defend a bridge in this battle. But as you can see, it's not optimal, because there's a back door to the bridge. A lot of the bridges, it's like one-sided. The enemy has to cross the main bridge. I'm going to screen my units here with my 3rd cav just to make sure we get across the bridge, because I'm going to try to defend the other side. Of course, we're outnumbered, you know, about 3 to 1, which is nothing new for us in our campaign, right? And of course, these battles here are especially contrived. They're made up, right? This is not... For those following the campaign, you can sort of disregard the results. If we get our asses kicked here, just know that I'm experimenting with this mod, and I basically wanted to see what would happen in a situation like this, where there's all these enemy armies nearby. How many of them would join, and how would that affect battle? And I'll do what Andri's army join the battle as an enemy. Okay, so it looked like a huge force of Valandia has just joined this battle. It doesn't mean that they're instantly into the battle. What it means, though, is that those enemies over there now have Valandian reinforcements, so to speak, right behind them, right? There's going to be Thukasis army join the battle. You can see in my captain or whoever's saying, damn it, reinforcements are entering. Basically, the enemy is getting stronger as they add more troops. Now, armies don't always join. I tried a little mock experiment beforehand, and nobody joined, in fact. It was like an even match, and maybe the AI for the system, this mod, said, well, I'm not joining a battle where I'm going to get slaughtered. So it is likely that you're going to experience with this mod that most of the time your enemies and your allies stay out of the battle unless it's a decision that, you know, will prove wise to their health. Strategically, I'm trying something new in large battles. I have my 6th with the skirmishers in the back on hold fire in a square, and I'm basically using them as reserve ammunition. I want them protected for if and when I need like a safety hatch here in this battle. This guy's getting pegged with javelins. Now that the enemy's starting to cross, we're going to jam up the bridge here, right? We're going to attack the enemy, kill some troops here, knock some guys off their horses, and then try to jam up the bridge so that we can rain darts, javelins, and everything else across, and sort of force the enemy to be filtered through this death zone as they cross this bridge, right? You've seen me, well, if this is the first time you've watched one of our videos, what's wrong with you, right? You should be getting way better at Bannerlord by subscribing and watching our videos. And all seriousness aside, If this is your first video, one of the things we like to do for bridge battles is jam up the bridge and kind of make it like a toll gate where the enemy has to pay a serious price for coming through. One of the ways you do that, of course, is with heavy cav. I've got the 3rd Cav Division. It's about 40 or 50 guys here, and we're going to use them effectively to narrow this bridge even more than it already is narrow. Now that's the 2nd Cav, and those guys are taking 1,000 javelins, so we're going to move them back. On the right here, though, I have infantry, skirmishers, the 4th and 5th archers, and my 8th Corps, which is my elite unit. And what we're basically trying to do here, there's fucking javelins everywhere. The ground is just littered. I'll pick some of these bad boys up. There's also axes everywhere. What we're essentially trying to do is, instead of fighting a huge enemy force all at once, where we would be crushed by their numbers, have them sort of trickle over to our side where we can slowly kill them, a la the Spartans at Thermopylae, right? We want the enemy, this is exactly what I'm talking about. They're coming over through little cracks in the line there, and these guys are literally sitting ducks to our skirmishers, archers, etc. You can see my cav units all bound up there. Of course, dead horses and the enemy horses. The guy got hit right in the head. You know, it creates a traffic jam, and it's a traffic jam where we benefit, right? This is not like the traffic jam that pisses you off. This is a good traffic jam. And if the enemy starts getting through in thicker waves, I'm going to attack with specific units. We'll attack with the 1st, 6th, maybe the 4th, and the 8th, which is my elite corps. One thing I'm cognizant about, as you see the death that's occurring there, right? If this is your first bridge battle, you can annihilate forces 3 or 4 times your size if you use these tactics correctly. The timing is correct. Of course, you need ranged units. It helps if you have javelin throwing guys, and of course, I have high-level companions as well. But you could cause massive destruction. I think you could achieve a kill rate of 10 to 1. I think that's very achievable. You have to have the right circumstances. You have to have strong units. Probably 70% or 60% of our army is the top tier, right? Tier 5. So it's Battanian Fiends, and you can see none of these troops can get through. Eventually, our heavy horse that's in there is going to wear down, and I can use another cav division to jam it. I've got the 2nd, and I've got the 7th, which is typically horse archers mixed with heavy cav. Both of those units I can send in to jam up that bridge even more. The other thing that you'll see me do is just what I did. We will charge when the enemy starts breaking through in big enough numbers where it warrants a melee charge, right? Where basically a sally from our safe spot. Oh, fuck. God damn. And we will basically destroy that enemy force that's pushing through and then retreat, right? As soon as the force is sort of mitigated, you will see me pull back my units. Part of the reason is because I want to be able to pull that lever again sometime. How the fuck are these horses? Are they coming through the back? They are. Okay, we've got, this is what I was worried about when I looked at the map at the beginning of the battle. The enemy is pouring through the back here, so we're going to try to jam up this rat hole at the back. It looks like Vlandian horses. These are probably some of the reinforcements, right? This is, I think his army was Endry or whatever. In they come to battle here, and the enemy gets a bunch more reinforcements. They already had, what did they have, like 20, I can't remember, it was like 2,900? So now they have even more troops to attack us. So we've got our work cut out for us, and worse than that, the enemy's on both sides here, right? And I'm killing my own guys. I'm usually good for at least a couple every battle. But the screen is all green so far, right? And I still have my safety valve over there, the 6th Corps. I still see them in their square. We're going to use them now. A lot of these archers are standing here with their swords. It's because they're out of ammo. So in goes the 5th Corps. They turn into heavy shock troops, right? Offensive troops. And let's get the 6th spread out here. And now these guys can open fire. And it's basically like having reinforcements mid-battle without actually having to use reinforcements. Typically you get reinforcements when your force is maybe depleted by 50%. In this case, we don't even have to wait for reinforcements. I've just brought these guys up here. They need to be on fire, of course. And now this is like 30 guys that can open fire and start to obliterate everything else. Meanwhile, our 5th Corps, these archers, a lot of them are Battanian Fiend Champs or other high-ranked archers, they are now charging in on the enemy. It's like having your cake and eating it too, or however that fucking saying goes. Of course, I want to have my cake and eat it too. I've always laughed at that saying. Of course, I'm just too ignorant to understand it. All right, so the enemy's pouring in here, but we're holding up both rat holes, right? That pass up there is protected. I'm a little bit worried about the back here. I'm pretty sure that that's an opening potentially for the enemy. And I'm just going to try to sort of protect my 6th Corps here and keep a core of safety towards the middle of this, between the bridge and that jam up there. I can see tons of heavy cav up there. So I'm directing my 5th Corps up there. We're going to attack them directly with these shock troops, right? These Battanian Fiends, these Sturgian Heroic, these guys, these shock troops, these two-handed weapon troops, we want them in there killing everything that sort of gets into the cracks. That's now jammed up. That bridge is nicely jammed up down there. The 6th Corps is protected. In fact, we're going to position them better here. You motherfucker, attack the Jarl with your little fucking sword. You fucking pay for that, dude. Catch. We got javelins everywhere still. The screen is all green, and of course when I'm picking up javelins or I'm busy fighting, I often glance up there, right? And if it's all green, you probably don't have to change anything, right? Things are going good, unless you have something unexpected about to happen. The maneuvers you've made, the tactical decisions you've made are succeeding. The enemy's totally bound up on this far bridge. I can't tell how many troops we have there, but it looks like 20 or 30. That's going to do the job nicely. And that top area is also jammed up. Frankly, even though the enemy is coming at us from multiple sides here, we are waxing their ass. Okay, they're starting to push some heavy cav through here. It's starting to get a little bit more chaotic. And that's my job here, right? This is going to be a chaotic battle. This might take a long time. We may still lose, of course, especially now they're starting to really breach. And they're all fucking coming through with their shields up. We need to get reinforcements in here and jam this up. We could still lose this battle, of course, because they have so many troops. I honestly don't know how many troops they have. Of course, when you start a normal battle with vanilla Bannerlord, you know exactly, or at least you know if you memorize how many troops you're fighting. With this reinforcement system, it's sort of nebulous. You really could be facing like 7,000 troops and not realize it. So there's an added layer of suspense. I think it's a great looking mod. It seems like there's some kinks to work out. I had one battle where all of a sudden I had triple the forces of the enemy and they just fucking gave up. Even though they should have had more troops, it seemed like. There's still some bugs with the system. It's heading in the right direction. And it certainly creates chaos, beautiful chaos like this. I'm a big fan of chaos. I'm definitely a chaos theory guy. The more chaos, the more interesting for me. And look at this fucking chaos. It is chaos now. There's fucking troops pouring in everywhere. I don't need my email. That's adding to the chaos. And we're going to come in here and go to work. Break out my short, fast axe. These guys almost have no chance against it. Oh, you motherfucker. Probably get killed because I said that. Look at there's just cav pouring in. The enemy's just flooding into us. Let's see if we can recover from this. The good news is at this stage, because we massacred the early enemy stages with so little work, we have a lot of forces that are very high health. If they're not 100% health, they're getting there. Or not getting there, but they're near 100% health. Trying to jam up this lower bridge, so I just sent the 7th Corps. I sent them a shield wall again, just like we did earlier. We're trying to basically dike this dam so that this flood of enemies stops pouring through. All this heavy cav. I wish I could have got those guys in there faster. The upper area looks like it's covered pretty well. So I'm going to focus down here for a little bit, kill some cons guards. I'm calling over the 5th Corps. We've got to block this dam. They're just absolutely flooding us here on the bridge. Whatever units I sent there, that I think it was the 7th Cap to block it, they must not have enough girth. Those guys need to eat some burgers or whatever medieval shit to gain some fucking weight and fatten up that bridge protection. I can see them here. They're kind of spread out, and it's letting the enemy pour through. Actually, it has a feel of a keep siege because I'm going back and forth between different crises. Now the enemy's pouring through the fucking this gap in the rocks up here. Time to go to work. We've got Battanian Fiends here, though. These guys are going to put on a fucking whipping. Oh, they have Battanian Fiends here. Motherfucker. This must be some of their archer corps. It's probably part of that Valandian reinforcements. Holy fucking carnage. It's chaos. I'm swinging at my own troops. More troops are coming. More cav is coming. We've got that top pretty well blocked. Let's see what the fuck is going on here. Why are they... they must have huge reinforcements just pouring through that side. Let's do some axe work here on these attackers. My very fast axe is hard to be precise with it, but goddamn does it rip people apart. It's very short. My wife has always told me that even if it's short, if you know how to use it, like, you can still do good things. I got reinforcements coming. Okay, so this is, I think, our first batch of reinforcements. That's okay. They're in the 6th Corps, and it's archers. I got to stop some of these cav from fucking running over our reinforcements here. I'm just gonna stand here like a fucking toll keeper, just like at the bridge. You guys got to come through me, motherfuckers, if you're gonna mow down our archers. Just gonna play total body. There's like 5 dead horses piled up here, or dead horseless riders. Alright, so most of those archers are probably across now. You can see these guys, they almost have no counter to this axe. It's almost as fast as a quick mace. And so it makes it just lethal hand to hand. I mean, it's short, but man, if you get the distancing down, you are lethal. Alright, it's safe to say this is bottled up. I can't even get through here, so we're going to shove to the other side of the bridge. I can re-jam this bridge up once we uncork ourselves. We actually got jammed up ourselves there. And if the enemy was shooting us in that situation, it would have been disastrous. This is enemy cav on our flank here. So we're going to chase these guys off and kind of see what the enemy's doing here on the other side of this ridge. I've got that 5th Archer Corps is still attacking and mauling guys. There's a lot of them Battanian Fiend champs. There's 25 guys left. I've got an archer and an infantry reinforcement rank coming in. The enemy has almost 800 forces over this ridge, though. That's a lot of heavy horse. All right, let's focus on this shit. Can't have... These are fucking banner knights still. All right, let's get the archers spread out here. Let's get some heavy cav in their face and shield wall. Let's get the infantry over there as well. And now the other side, there's enemies coming from. Total carnage in this battle. Coming over and shield wall. Motherfuckers. Pretty soon, though, these archers are going to be... They're established now. They're going to start unleashing hell here. Infantry's making its way over. We're going to fight the enemy wherever they go. If they're bottled up on the side here, we attack. There's a lord. Let's kill this motherfucker. Who stabbed me? Need to see what happened there. Kill that guy. Demoralize these fucking foes. Kill their lords. My infantry's roaring in there. They've got a line of cav behind them. The enemy's starting to pull back. All right, we aggressively charge. We're going to drag the 6th and 8th Corps right through here and just kill as many of these. The enemy's fleeing. Wow. I expected a much longer battle than that, but again, this mod, they're still working out some of the quirks. It might be that we just put on such an ass whipping that they've had enough. Sometimes the enemy will retreat, especially if the kill ratio is pushing 10 to 1. It just triggers the AI to say, you know what, we can't win, we're out of here. And 160, and that's exactly what we had. We actually exceeded 10 to 1 there, the kill ratio. So the enemy had enough. And they're going to run for the hills. Now, I don't know if the reinforcements get captured. I'm not sure how that works. I don't know if we just captured, you know, like 5,000 troops or what. I'm probably gonna... I might break this video into 2 parts. I know some people say they prefer videos are shorter. I understand the attention span of some young people maybe has decreased a little bit from my generation. So we'll probably break this into 2 parts. But a very interesting battle, very chaotic battle. That was fun, and obviously we put on a whipping. We will see what happened with the units. How many other units are still left on the field? Remember, there were like 3 or 4 other armies converging here. So there will probably be a part 2 to this battle. So let me know what you think about this reinforcement system mod. We're going to continue sort of playing around with mods. There's no question mods make Bannerlord a better game. So thanks again for watching, friends. Please comment. Let me know what you think about this. And I will see you next time.